after all I've said, please don't forget.
Halloween H20 is a continuation of the Halloween franchise and tells the story of Laurie Strode, who after all these years had faked her death to get hidden away from Michael Myers, and she worked as a teacher at a school. She is having a hard time with her relationship with her son, because her past is haunting her every time in Halloween, and she can't deal with it. And when Michael Myers escapes once again and comes to find her, shit hits the fan, and the tables turn. Laurie Strode and Michael Myers are duking out. So, Halloween H20. What are some things I like about it? Overall, I would say I really like the movie, but I wouldn't say it is one of the best in the franchise. I would say it is a good movie, but at least it's not the worst, but it's not the best. The H20 doesn't have a Halloween feel to it. The cinematography is beautiful, but it wasn't able to capture that Halloween vibe to it. And the soundtrack is kind of disappointing. I mean, it doesn't really have something to haunt you with. It's a cliched horror soundtrack from the 2000s, and that was disappointing. I wanted something else, something different. But hey, it could have been worse. There were a few characters that bugged me sometimes, and there was a bit of filler at the beginning of the movie, so they had to add jump scares, or they go cut back to Michael Myers at times. And the pacing was just slow at the beginning, but once we reach the second and third act, it gets much better. I really like Laurie Strode, and I really think that her character arc here made a lot of sense. She's going to have a bit of trauma from the events in '78. So I really like where they were going with her and how she tried to deal with trauma and her past. And her arc here is pretty sad, and I really felt for this character. And Jamie Lee Curtis is a lot better here than in the first, in my opinion. In the first two, I think she's great here. I really liked her performance. I loved how she portrayed the character, and who's tough but also has sympathy and is really trying to care for her family, and she's conflicted by that. I really liked her in this film, and her relationship with her son, I really thought it was well done, well executed. I really care for these characters. I want them to get to a better place where they are now. And that's something that rarely happens in Halloween films, is that you care about the characters as much as you care about Michael Myers. And Michael Myers does this thing really well, and he's awesome in the film. You really want to see Michael Myers do shit, and he does, but you really do care for her character arc here with her son, and her son with his girlfriend, and what these three characters are trying to get to. Mostly because it's being affected by Laurie Strode, who's being affected by her past. The characters, the main ones at least, are pretty fleshed out, and I really enjoyed them. I will say that they are not like Oscar worthy. They're not like the best characters I've ever seen, but I thought that they were pretty good in the movie and surprisingly fleshed out. Especially Laurie Strode here. Michael Myers, there is one CGI shot here that's infamous in the franchise, but Michael Myers here is overall portrayed very well. I would say that whenever they change the mask, it is kind of awkward. Like, just stick with one mask. Like, what's he doing sometimes? Like, is he changing masks? I don't know. It just gets in my head, and it's just really noticeable. So yeah, I wish that they could have just stuck with one mask, like with the other movies. But the horror stuff in the second and third act are pretty well done. The scene with Michael Myers and Laurie Strode duking it out is really fun to watch. I really like the conflict, and I especially love the ending. It is That's how you end a franchise there. I'm not going to spoil it if you haven't seen the film, but the way it ends, it is just going to leave you surprised. Overall, Halloween H20 is a pretty good entry into the franchise. It suffered from having too much jump scare at times. Doesn't feel like a Halloween film overall because of the tone and cinematography. It felt more like a Scream film. The music is a bit disappointing. There were a few characters I just don't care about. But overall, the second and third act really saved the movie. And overall, I would say I would watch it again for a Halloween marathon. I'm going to give Halloween H20 a B. And why would you name her? Why would you name her movie Halloween Water? Really? Who names their movie Halloween Water? H20? Come on. You had to have a better title than that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys next time.
I torture you. I'm a slave to your game.